storming their way around the United States of America on a relatively short tour, at least for them. And also then they're going to go over to Europe and do it all again. But I just suddenly thought, because you're flying the band, you don't get to party after the gig, do you?
No, it's great.
You must be so healthy. A, running around on stage all the time, and then no drinking, because you've got to fly.
Yeah, it's actually great. Well, one of the main reasons why one of the main reasons why people get sort of like legless is because they're bored, and you do it without realising it. You come off stage and it's like and you reach for a beer, and by the time you've realised that you're really thirsty, you can have chugged like 3 of them and think, I don't feel so thirsty. I do feel a bit wobbly though, and so it goes on, because then as you go through the evening, it was like, have a beer, have another beer, and in no time at all you have sort of like unintentional hangover the next day, so it's terrific, if we're flying after a show, or even if we're flying the next afternoon, you just know.
What are you flying the band around in? Obviously an aircraft. Yeah, thank you very much.
Wind up the rubber band, yeah. No, it's an airplane. It's called it's a Cessna 421. It's got 2 engines and it's pressurised, and we're up there at 23,000 feet usually, and everybody falls asleep.
It's been a real buzz for you to do that, Bruce. I'm a serious buzz.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, I enjoy it because obviously it's a pretty heavy responsibility, because it's not just me. It's everybody else, and I've got wife and kids, and everybody else has got a wife and kids. So
sure.
I take it very, very seriously, and I wouldn't dream of doing it, unless I had all the appropriate qualifications and everything else.
Which you've got. I mean, I'm told you're a commercial pilot, basically.
Yeah, I've got an English commercial pilot's license.
In other words, you've got to do it properly, right?
You've got to do it properly. You've got to do it. You've got the word. Yeah, the word is professional. You've got to be professional if you're flying people around in the back of an aeroplane.
Sure.
And that's the only way you can approach it. In Maiden is about being on the edge, and when we're performing, the songs are. Some of them are almost on the edge of having a nervous breakdown every night. And the great thing about Maiden is that it can live on the ragged edge without everything descending into chaos. Other bands, my opinion, my observation, other bands don't function at 100% power. They roll a little bit off. They say, we'll just keep it bubbling away at 90%, because that way everything will be in control and everything will be cool and we'll all be in time and nobody will speed up, nobody will slow down, and Maiden throw all that away, and it's 100%. And if some nights some of the songs are a little bit faster than others, well, that's just what everybody felt like on the night. Maybe we were a bit excited. Well, what do you do? We're human beings, audience, and everybody in the band is expected to be able to just go with that flow and keep up with the ship, and we do.
Are you going to stay on it?
The band?
Yeah.
Oh, Christ, yes.
Are you 100% back in it?
Oh, yeah. Ad
infinitum, forever, for as long as it takes?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't, when I rejoined, I didn't have any plans to leave. I mean, it wasn't one of these, no, I think I'll do it for a year and just like go and practice my golf swing or something, I mean, not that I play golf, but, they keep trying to get me to, Nico keeps trying to get me onto a golf course, along with everybody else in the band except Steve, we're golfing virgins, me and Steve, at the moment.
Golf is a really rock and roll game these days.
I know Dave Mustaine. A lot of
people are heavily into it.
Dave Mustaine I know he's seriously into golf. Judas Priest used to plan their tours around the golf courses. Alice Cooper is...
he's got a great handicap.
Yeah, he's like a pro, basically, So I know there's even the Governor Stone Temple Pilots. I think when he was being checked in and out of, for heroin addiction and everything else, there he was on the golf course whacking balls.
Whacking balls.
Yeah, so I don't know, but
are you still going to do a solo career in tandem with it?
Yes, but not. When you say in tandem, it implies that I'm going to kind of tag team it, you know, sort of like tit for tat, you know, release a maiden album, release a solo album, release a maiden. I'm not going to try and, you know, force the issue like that. I can do solo records without any problem, but I would only do it if or rather when I have the mental and sort of emotional space to do it. There's no point in doing one just for the sake of it.
My feeling, I would imagine yours as well, lots of other people, metal is coming back.
Oh, it is.
It was kind of sidelined for a while, you know. It was just pushed aside. Nobody really was taking it seriously anymore. But it's always sold records. But the media are kind of pushing it back. It's coming back.
Oh, you can really feel it now, and it's on the street. Limp Bizkit, you know, are number one at the moment, I think, in America. They're playing one night at the Hammerstein Ballroom. We're playing two. The promoter wanted to add a third night. We don't even have a record out.
We got PC out.
You've almost got to have something to kind of to tag the tour with or something. But, you know, this tour is quite short. The European tour is quite short. It's almost like the wind-up to the next album. This is almost the start of the, you know, the next album cycle is this tour. This is winding people up for next year, because I think people need. People haven't seen this. I mean, you know, because I was in the band for 13 years and all that, you know, when I jumped back on stage, I thought, well, this feels pretty good. Actually, I think we're probably better than we were when we were in like 84 or whenever we were supposed to be at our peak, or 92 or whenever it was, you know. But I think the band is better now than it ever was at any period in its history. And I forget that people have just not seen it.
It's exciting.
It's very exciting.
And the timing is like absolutely right.
It seems like we just fell out of bed and boom, there it was. Maiden are back. But for the last 6 or 7 years, it has been hard for the band. It's been hard for me. Everybody has had a hard time. And everybody has pulled through it. And we've now come out in spades, getting back together. And, you know, I'm not going to sit and be mealy-mouthed about it. If we get a load of success, I think we deserve it, because I think we've worked really hard for it. I'm going to damn well enjoy it. And, you know, I'm not going to let it go. You know, the whole band is really focused. Don't think we're that fussed about being, you know, famous. You know, famous for being famous.
Sure.
Limos and all that crap and everything. You know, I think any stuff that we wanted to do like that, we got out of our systems a long, long time ago. But what gets me off is going on stage and seeing people's jaws drop and going, yeah, gotcha.
Nice one, Bruce.
Scream for me, New York City!